Sierra Leone's beauty is framed by its undulating mountains, rivers, and the Atlantic Ocean. Just as 7.5 million people call this home, so also a wide variety of plant and animal species. But the country's beauty and the terrain are changing fast, mainly because of unrestrained exploitation of the environment in search of natural resources. Large-scale mining and deforestation have exposed its fragile ecosystem, further worsening the country's vulnerability to natural disasters such as floods and mudslide.
The forest cover is the big stability for the land structure. We don't have huge granites in the hills here. What we have are laterite rocks. And those laterite rocks are liable to weaknesses once it is exposed and water gets into it.
And it's happening all over Sierra Leone, from the mountain ranges to the low-lying areas. Then, 2 years ago, tragedy struck.
In 2017, this side of Sugarloaf Mountain broke loose. Rocks and debris cascaded down the mountain, sweeping away homes and people living in them. More than 1,000 people were killed. Hundreds are still missing. Environmentalists warn that the risk of mudslides happening again is very high.
But what happened here has failed to discourage developers. Construction still continues in the shadows of the mountain. With extensive damage already done to the environment, government has ordered demolitions and introduced stiff penalties for illegal logging, mining, and land grabs.
We have asked people to go to those mountainous communities and see if we can draw the green belt so that people don't go beyond those areas. So we are doing all that. In terms of planning, we now have a robust team on the ground that ensures before you erect any building, you don't erect your building on water catchment areas, in disaster-prone areas.
But environmentalists say government actions may be too late for some areas and warn of more tragedies.
If we continue this, it's going to happen, and it will happen again and again until we just stop. The disaster is here, and it's going to be with us. It happened very recently, this rainy season, and it will happen again.
The penalties for environmental destruction are now in place. Trouble is, demand for housing, timber, and the money they make remains so high that many are still prepared to take the risk. Ahmed Idris, Jazeera, Freetown, Sierra Leone.